Alright, so in this video, we're just going to go through what you need to have in mind before you do your costing for a cake. Alright, so I know that most of the time we like to shy away from including things like fuel or transport costs or shipment costs, but we need to factor those in. So the first thing, you definitely want to include the transportation. If you're going to be using your car to go and get all of the things that you need to include the transportation costs. Whether it's being delivered to you, you need to include the delivery costs, or whether it's being shipped to you, same concept as well, the delivery costs you have to know. And then you also need to know how much your electricity takes. So if you're maybe going to be baking for 3 hours on end, you need to know how much electricity that is going to cost you to bake maybe that one cake or 3 cakes. All right. And then the third thing, you need to know how much your cake accessories are going to cost you. What are cake accessories? These are your toppers, your cake boards, the cake print that you may be going to use on your cake. Those are the accessories that you need, and the cake box as well. So these are all things packaging related. The cake board, as I mentioned, those are the things that are going to be included in the cake accessories. And then finally, these are your ingredients, sorry. So this is your flour, your eggs, your oil, depends on the kind of flavor that you are making. So we are going to be doing costing in we're going to go into detail with it. So I want you to go to your grocery store, take your recipe with you, and take down the prices of, or just choose one flavor. I'm going to be choosing chocolate, and then we're going to come back next week in the next video, and then we're going to go through every single item and break down the cost of every single item. All right, and then we are going to have a cake that we're going to price. I'll show you up here which cake we are going to be coating. So we're going to use one of my work to coat. All right, so next week we will cover all these items, all these 4 important things, how much you need to be a runner to source for your cake, how much of your ingredients cost, and all the nitty-gritties that go in. So costing, we can't just look at a cake and price it. We really need to take into account all the many things that we have. Like, I know a lot of bakers look past electricity, and we can't, because electricity plays a role. We all know how much electricity the oven uses, so we can't look past those costs. That's why you'll find most people, maybe they'll charge a cake 500 rand, but as soon as the 500 rand lands in your account, you realize that you need to take out 200 rand for petrol, because your car is probably low in petrol, and you probably need to buy some electricity so that your baking does not affect the power that the whole house is running on. All right, so next week it's a date. Take your chocolate cake recipe or your vanilla recipe, write down all the ingredients. Don't forget the frosting as well, your icing sugar, your wooden spoon. I use my buttercream icing with wooden spoon. We won't be doing white chocolate ganache, but if you would like me to, you can just comment down below, and then maybe this video will be in 3 parts. But for the purposes of this costing video, we will be going through buttercream icing, American buttercream. All right, so next week it's a date, and we will go through everything. See you next week. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.